There to all our viewers, we are at the Bali Process Government and Business Forum Colombo 2024 right here at the Science Studios in Ratmalana, and today I have a very important guest with us this morning. That is the US Ambassador to Sri Lanka, Julie Chung. A very good morning to you, rather, ma'am, and welcome. I am so glad that you could join us on this very special occasion. Without taking a lot of your time, I would like to shoot the question real quick. US and Sri Lanka have been having regional ties and trying to develop diplomatic relations for a very long time. I remember from since you were appointed as the ambassador of the US, it's been happening quite often, I would say. The question I would like to ask you is, how do you think regional ties can be developed and made stronger when issues like this persist in the country? What can we do to actually eradicate and combat issues of modern-day slavery and human trafficking?
Thank you for inviting me today. I think it's a very important topic today on human trafficking and all the human slavery issues that not only affects those in the region and Sri Lanka, but globally around the world. The United States and Sri Lanka have a long and strong bilateral relationship for over 75 years. And it's issues like this, like trafficking, like climate change, like transnational crimes, where we can double our efforts by working with partners in the region to really combat it. And we've done a number of things in the security realm to provide Coast Guard cutters. There's going to be a fourth cutter coming next year. That'll help address some of the human smuggling and trafficking that's going on to monitor the seas. USAID has programs to help victims and to help those who are trafficked come back and reintegrate into their societies. But this is an issue for all of us, governments, foreign governments, and companies, private sector, and civil society all working together.
Of course, and I remember my colleague mentioned this point while we were doing the introduction to this event. He said that when people purchase goods, like, say I went shopping last night and I bought a shoe, people don't tend to think that what was involved when this shoe was produced. Do you think modern-day slavery was actually something that was involved when this particular shoe that I am wearing right now was being produced, especially when it comes to Sri Lanka and the US. When the economic crisis began in 2022, we spoke so much about the economy that we forgot to focus on important points like this as well. What would you like to say to the government and especially the businesses that work with the US Embassy in Sri Lanka as well as with other companies?
First, I want to commend the government for their commitment. I think there are statements that Foreign Minister Sabri said this morning that really underscored how Sri Lanka demonstrates its commitment and dedication to addressing trafficking in the region and within Sri Lanka as well. And as you say, I think it's very important for consumers to be responsible before we purchase products, before we do any trade, to really look at where those products are coming from and how it's made and who it's made by. So it's really the responsibility of all of us in the public sphere and in the consumers to really take that responsibility into our hands.
Right, so that was our exclusive with the US Ambassador in Sri Lanka, Her Excellency Julie Chung. Thank you very much for joining us, ma'am. And I hope to see you more often with more exclusives, with more foreign diplomats joining us here at the Bali Process Business and Government Forum, Colombo 2024.